Hello!
Hey, you're right. This is our Q&A. Thank you very much for all the questions. We will go through them one at a time.
Yeah. How have you been, James? You've been good this week?
I've been alright, yeah. How have you been?
I've been fantastic.
Brilliant. Well, let's get down to it. So, question one, they're in no particular order. David Nomrod, will there ever be a man that can swim faster than a shark?
Yes.
Yes, I think that is.
Have you ever seen
with time.
Lava Girl, Shark Boy?
Exactly. Evolution, I think that's very possible.
Werewolves. You get people born with web hands, don't you?
Yeah.
So there's
can't
going to
argue
be
with that.
evolution. All the web hand people are going to create people with bigger web feet.
We're actually quite looking forward to it, to be honest, the day that it happens.
I've written it down in my journal.
Yeah, I'm going to get tickets if I can.
Who are your favourite comedians and comedy shows?
It's a big question.
It's a very big question.
You can go first for that one.
Okay, favourite comedian of all time, hands down, has to be Lee Evans. Best comedian ever, in my opinion, personally. I love his on-screen not his on-screen presence, but he's an actor as well. So
yeah, he's done quite a few films, hasn't he?
His stand-up, I love his stand-up, the way he prances about on stage, sound effects, everything. I just think he's one of a kind.
He's very good.
And he's the reason why I'm in comedy. So thank you, Lee.
If you're watching, you know.
Which he is.
I'm quite picky with my comedians.
You like everyone, to be fair.
Yeah, I go through phases quite a lot.
Yeah.
I like a lot. I like Frankie Boyle, Greg Davis, Joe Lycett. Yeah, I sort of like them all really. It just really depends how good the jokes are, to be honest.
What about comedy shows? What's your favourite comedy show?
I think comedy show, it's got to be sort of like Peep Show.
Yeah.
The Office, Always Sunny.
See, for me,
Community.
I think number one in England is In Between Us, personally, comedy show.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Number one. In America, like, you're good with your comedy TV shows. Like, I hold back a lot when people recommend TV shows. I'm like, but you recommend some good ones in the past.
Yeah.
Peep Show.
Yeah.
Always Sunny.
Oh,
Arrested Development.
Yeah.
I think that was you.
That was me actually.
That was you.
For anyone says I didn't. Where do you see the channel in 5 years' time? And would you ever do a full tour of sketches? Okay, so from my personal view, I want to go. I want to go off YouTube. Like just try and YouTube's a good platform for us, I think. And 5 years' time, I think hopefully we'll be somewhere else with obviously the same sort of audience. But you never know. It could just go massive.
Yeah.
I mean, or we could just still be doing the same thing in 5 years' time. We'll make it next year.
This time next year, we're millionaires. 5 years' time, I see us definitely over 100,000 followers, subs. Like, I'm seeing a bright future, personally.
If we can, yeah.
Like, you've got to believe in yourself, I think, to
Why not?
strive, exactly.
No one else will. So
No, we've got to do it. I see us doing very well in 5 years' time. I can see us making it in what we want to do. Probably not as exactly what we want to do, but getting the steps to what we want to do.
Definitely, hopefully the right direction.
Yeah. And in terms of a tour for sketches, that would be an absolute dream of mine.
It would be. We did a play for a uni project, and we thoroughly enjoyed that, didn't we?
Yeah. A lot of arguments.
Yeah, a lot of arguments, but
that's the way it is in this sort of industry. Yeah. But then you just grin and bear it, and then get by, and at the end of it,
turned out quite well, didn't it?
It did, fantastic.
So, it's worth the arguments too.
Yeah. I very much agree. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
Right, I've been thinking about this a lot, okay? And I think the person who wrote this question didn't consider how many 100 little duck-sized horses are. Like, they would do a lot of damage, I reckon. And I reckon one big horse-sized duck, I'd rather fight that.
Yeah, but if you think about like a swan, swans are like a deadly bastards, isn't they? Like they're not even the size of a horse.
No, it's true.
They're still scary, swans. And in terms of 100 sized ducks, you can get, there's loads of different types of ducks. So what kind of duck are we talking? Like your average,
standard duck or your Daffy duck?
Should we just go? I'm assuming Daffy Duck's the same size as us, so I'm going to go for 100 duck-sized horses.
Alright, if you go for that, I'll go for then the one horse-sized duck.
Just because I'm scared of swans. And I imagine a swan being like a snake in the sense that it can wrap its neck around you and tighten.
Just constricting swans.
I know that swans have nothing to do with this question, but
well, you never know. You never know.
Swans in my mind now.
Right, next one.
The Queen's only allowed to eat swans.
She doesn't eat swans.
No, but if she wanted to, she could.
How long does it take to have a sketch written? Is it something you sit together and think, or do you come up with it randomly? It depends the sketch, to be honest. Sometimes they can take a few weeks to write if we know there's like a really good punchline. Sometimes they can take half an hour, 20 minutes. It's dependent on the sketch, depends how we're in the mood for it. Sometimes I'll write them and then come back to show Dave and then we'll go over them, or sometimes we'll just write them together.
It's only recently that we started writing them together.
Yeah, to be fair.
Because usually I just let James do it all. I was quite lazy, just sit back. And if I could be asked, I'd just go, yeah, that's alright, we'll do it. And then when it's all edited, I'm like, oh, what's this shit?
It's not very funny. We'll come up with a premise, and then Dave often shoots random ideas out, and then I get annoyed at the random ideas, and then I try and find pave a way between the ideas.
But sometimes it's even like we'll make a joke, but then we'll rinse off that joke for so long, like keep adding to that joke, and then we'll get to a point where we're like, oh, that's funny, huh? Let's go from there, didn't we?
Well, sometimes someone says something just really stupid, and we're like, well, that's obviously got to go in.
Yeah.
You can't miss that.
Yeah. Or we were in the bath. I rang you in the bath once, going, got an idea for a sketch. Chuck it in, and then he shoots me down.
I rang you from the bath.
Yeah. We got things with baths.
Yeah, just like baths and naked.
Yeah. Not together.
No, obviously.
Just
after each other. Same water.
Yeah, same water. And it's a nice drink,
isn't it?
Shag, marry, avoid. Options are a chocolate bourbon, Tesco's own hobnobs, and Joe Pasquale.
It's a difficult choice, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't really know who Joe Pasquale is. I always think about bourbons and my nan. Mainly because every time that I went around my nan's, there'd always be a tin of bourbons. Without fail, there'd be there's all sorts of biscuits, but without fail, there was bourbons.
No, whenever you see a bourbon, you associate your nan.
My nan, so I'm not going to shag a bourbon now, am I?
Yeah, but my nan.
I'm going to marry a bourbon, shag a hobnob, and avoid Joe Pasquale.
That sounds like a good day to me.
Yeah.
When's Point Blank episode 4 coming out? For anyone who doesn't know, Point Blank was a series that we did in first year and second year, I think.
Yeah.
And just a sketch show. And it was one of the hardest things to do ever, and so there won't be an episode 4 for a long time. But I mean, I enjoyed the 3 episodes we did.
Yeah. I remember one time I was meant to go out with a load of friends for a drinking session, and I cancelled all that plans, and I went back home.
We were on set, I was like, where's Dave? And then we were like, right, fine, we'll go get him. And I was like, right, I ran up to his flat, walked in, he was just there in the kitchen. Like, all right, what are you doing here? I was like, where are you?
I literally forgot the reason why I cancelled my plans. So
yeah, that happened pretty much every week.
Yeah. Would you rather have no fingers or no feet?
That is a really hard question because I like my feet. I don't know about other people, but I like having feet. I like walking. I like playing football with my feet.
Yeah.
And I like having fingers as well. I feel like throughout the day I do a lot with my hands. Immature.
See, I don't know. If you had no feet, you wouldn't be able to walk. And walking's like, well, to be fair, I don't walk anyway, but
You'd be fine.
I'd still want to walk to the fridge.
Yeah, true.
So, but again, if I
can't
pick things up from the fridge, can't drink a beer.
Yeah.
Well, you can for a straw, I suppose. There's people with no arms that still drink. So.
Hope isn't lost.
I suppose you could get a metal foot. That'd be quite cool. Imagine the power.
Yeah, I do like half. I do like one. I'd get rid of all my left fingers and then like my left foot. I'd take that.
Is there a waiting list to get a metal foot?
We'll find out.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go with feet because I've got a lot of wrestling on this metal foot idea. Because there's a guy that shot his wife and he had blades on his feet.
But whilst he shot his wife or afterwards?
I don't know. I think he was on his stabs when he shot her. But he was a runner. Oscar Wilde.
No, Oscar Pistorius.
That's the one. Pistorius. I always get confused. What's a question?
That's a great question.
That is a sick question.
And you've answered it there and then.
Yeah, but
that is the question. What is a question?
Beggars can't be choosers.
If that helps. How did you both become friends?
Met through uni.
Yeah, met through uni. I remember the first time that I saw Dave, I thought he had weird eyes.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, who's this guy? I've never heard someone talk the way he does regularly. To be honest, we weren't even that close really.
No, not at first year anyway, was it?
No, it was when second year, because we filmed episode 1 of Point Blank, and I think we were halfway through filming episode 2, and I moved to a place which was just a bit past yours, so I ended up having to walk past Dave's every day.
And walk to uni.
And yeah, so it's just so happened we ended up walking together and then walking back, and
For me,
blossomed.
It did. For me, the point that our friendship become like a strong friendship was when I took you to Flight of Conchords.
Oh yeah, there was a dropout of that, wasn't there?
Yeah, because I was meant to take, because my friend, my close friend at the time, in first year, was mate Dan. He couldn't go, so I was like, I'll tell you what, another close mates with James, so I invite James. And he come, and then we got
that was the World Cup we were playing.
Yeah, that was it, against Belgium.
Belgium, wasn't it?
Belgium.
Yeah, we lost that match when we were watching. Everyone in the audience was just
watching it on their phones. Our phones weren't working, so we were watching it in front of these people. So like, excuse me, mate, can you move your head? What inspired you to do these videos, and who gets more annoyed when toast gets burnt? You get annoyed quite easily.
I get annoyed quite easily.
It takes me a lot to get annoyed.
Yeah, it's mainly you doing the annoying. To be honest.
Exactly. Like that's my niche. That's what. That's
even today, we arranged filming for 11, and then it got changed to 11:30.
That was your fault the first
time. That was my fault to get changed to 11:30, to be fair, because I did anticipate Dave would be late. So I was like, right, well, we'll change it then. And then about 11:30, you were like, I'm going to come at 12. And I was like, well, why? And
I had to do the dishwasher.
Spent the rest of the day just punching a wall, to be honest.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Right, I like burnt. Well, not burnt toast, but I like crispy toast. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not really fussed if toast gets that burnt. To be honest.
But the first question.
Probably the bigger question. I've been doing videos, so I have a friend, Joe Murphy, also a close friend of the channel.
Very close friend of the channel.
Indeed. We were doing videos since about 8 on YouTube, and we did them like every year, and we didn't really get anywhere, but we just sort of really enjoyed doing them. And it only occurred to me like when we got to uni that I couldn't actually do any of the filming, I couldn't do anything like that. And so it was pretty much just like a necessity of you got to try and make something whilst you can.
And when we was doing a comedy course, like you was the only one doing something about comedy like at the time. There was a girl on our course who went and done stand up, but apart from that, it was just you doing your sketches. It was just James's own channel at this point, and then
sort of developed.
Yeah, and then I was a bit more involved in his channel. I was like, why don't we do something together?
Can you speak any languages? Yes, I can speak French, gibberish.
English,
yeah. Just about.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've struggled with English, being dyslexia. It's trouble getting words on paper and reading them off. It takes me about a good 5 attempts to read one page on a book. That's the main reason why I'm not religious, just because I can't read the Bible.
Yeah, that's the main reason.
That's the main reason, and
you've tried so many times to get into it.
I was like, oh mate.
Every day outside church, just let me do it.
Just let me read the book.
Not until you read the contents.
So that's the thing. If God wanted me to be religious, He would have gave me the power to read a book on the Bible and make me religious.
Argue that. Argue it. I don't think you can. And if you do, He's not going to be able to read what you say.
Exactly. So. What's your favourite memory of each other?
Right.
Ooh, good
okay.
one.
There's a few. So I've got one. I don't know if it's the most favourite, but it's definitely one that sticks in my mind. I went to go to a talk, right, and it was a talk by the writer of The X-Files, a guy called, I think, Frank Spotsnitz.
Yeah,
or something. And so I knew what it was about, and we'd gone with some friends, and we got there, and we'd made Dave come along, right. There's a whole crowd of people. It's a film thing. They have a presenter.
The ITV.
Yeah. Everyone was really silent. A big theatre, and we're like near the very back. And the guy starts talking, right, and I know it's going to be about 3 hours. And I think we were like, 30 seconds to a minute? And Dave just goes... And next to me in a silent hall, I just started like laughing a bit, and I was doing, the...
Yeah. Oh.
And then you started going.
It was one of those things where you're not meant to laugh because it's a recording, everyone's being dead, everyone were massive fans of this guy. Yeah. I was literally the only person in that room that had no idea who he was. I'm pretty sure it lasted for about 45 minutes.
We couldn't leave.
No.
It was like a death sentence.
I was absolutely crying. And there's us thinking, we're getting away with this. We are getting away with this.
And then you look up and there's 4 rows.
Just like that, looking, what's going on here? You made a noise.
Yeah, I did.
You went, which again,
sent him off.
I don't think I recovered from that one.
No,
that's the one.
That was a bad point in life in general, to be honest. That wasn't, What's your star sign? I'm a Capricorn.
I'm a Pisces. I've got 2 fish. What's yours?
I'm a goat.
A goat?
Yeah, a goat.
So what would you, if pie season, what's your bank details?
That's a great question.
My code is 6143. Let me just get my card up. See what I did there?
Oh.
So they thought I was going to do
Oh,
it.
you didn't expect that.
They
You thought we were
I was
gonna...
being serious.
No, in the description we've included all our bank details. Yeah.
Down below.
What's your favourite colour? What's your favourite colour?
Midnight purple.
Midnight purple.
I'll tell you for what. Have you ever played GTA? Grand Theft Auto? I used to go around nicking a load of cars, and I'd always make my cars midnight purple.
Really?
And ever since then, it's just been a colour of mine.
I thought you were going to say something like red, to be honest.
No, midnight purple.
Can you guess my favourite colour?
Green.
No.
Beige.
No. Beige?
Orange. Yeah.
No.
Orange.
No.
Maroon.
No. These are some of the worst colours you could think of, I reckon, actually.
Grey.
No.
Yellow.
No. I think it's probably just blue, to be honest.
Blue.
Yeah. Don't know why you didn't say it. I'm wearing.
Well,
I mean, that's turquoise.
Green, isn't it? Like teal. Is that
Yeah.
teal?
We'll agree to disagree.
Wagwan boys, what's your goals with your channel? Any aspirations for after YouTube, or hope to make a full living of it? Love the content.
Nice one, thank you.
We planned this 6 weeks ago.
We did. We
And we had a deadline for that week.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, best do that.
Yeah.
And
I was going to say, in answer to the question,
Yeah.
the goals for the channel, we don't seem to achieve them because we are quite slow in doing a lot of things.
Bit on the
Laziness.
lazy side.
Yeah. Not all of us.
No.
Not all of us.
Just the best part.
Yeah.
Of the half.
50% of the channel.
Yeah.
Is probably not pulling its weight.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd agree.
The 50% acknowledges the.
In case you don't know what the 50% is, it's me.
Goals with the channel. I think we wanna create an audience that like our stuff. We like this sort of surrealist comedy. I think we like quite witty, fast. If we do say so ourselves, it's just sort of what kind of like. And if we could, hopefully, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure it's TV for the both of us. We'd like to.
Acting.
One day.
For me.
Yeah.
I think for me, this channel's just to get our names out there.
Yeah.
People see what we can do. My great ambition is to be an actor. To be fair, that's my strive.
We have a lot of content ready. It's just we currently don't have the budget. Most of the money that we make and stuff does go back into producing these.
Because we've only recently just bought lights.
Yeah.
For we've had a camera and a microphone for a while, but again,
it's little steps where you can. Obviously, in a pandemic, not great.
So it's going to be hard.
When do you come up with your ideas? Like in the shower or something, or do they just come to you? Love your videos, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you.
A lot of the places can be from conversation, and if you just listen, to be honest, you can just create something from anywhere. We start with the character, and then the scenario. Sometimes, to be honest, it depends. Sometimes we come up with a scenario and then add the character.
Yeah.
It just depends on what we've got inspiration from, really.
Exactly. Why bother making art? Isn't there enough entertainment and distraction already out there? Also, what's your favourite colours? I'll take this first one.
Go for it, mate, honestly.
The reason why...
If I was just into... No,
reason why people need to make art is because there's always that hidden gem out there. Like Queen, Freddie Mercury, he worked at a bloody... Heathrow, but then he became one of the biggest singers of all time just because they kept making art.
If all goes well, we'll be the next Queen. I think it's because people like us, if we don't try and do something like that, we end up killing ourselves.
Also, I've got no other skills.
Hi guys, how do you go about writing a skit, and do you have any tips? Write down any notes you come up with. Half the time we say funny stuff, and if we don't write it down, within 10 minutes we've forgotten it.
Even if it's just a word.
Yeah, even if it's just a word,
Yeah.
or just a character, something funny.
You could go to that and then build off what
use it as like a
scenario he's got
starting
himself in to say that.
Be quite harsh on yourself. If we're not making each other laugh, there's no softness. It's just you're not being very funny.
No.
Just sort of. And at first, I remember when we were first coming up with sketches, that was quite hard because there was quite a grind. Like, why doesn't he find me funny and stuff? But it's not about finding each other funny. It's about finding the idea funny.
Also, I feel like you've always got to believe in what you're doing.
Yeah. Have faith. If you think it's genuinely funny, and someone says it's not, ask yourself why they think it's not. Because they're either wrong or they've got a good point where you've just slightly missed something.
And always strive for greatness.
Yeah. Believe.
Believe, yeah. Why was a bit of Fry and Laurie the best sketch show?
It's definitely a good sketch show.
I didn't know Stephen Fry was a comedian until I saw him in Blackadder.
Blackadder, yeah.
Comes forth, go forth. And I always just thought he was an actor or just a really smart guy.
Like a national treasure, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you use the skits and videos on the channel as work for uni? And if so, has the channel helped with the course? Love the work, boys. Always deliver laughs. No. Purely because... Oh, yeah, well, cheers.
Yeah.
But no, we don't use it because... when we started doing the channel properly, it wasn't until we basically graduated pretty much. There were times when we did other sketches like point blank stuff at uni, but again they weren't really part of the course. They didn't really help with the course. I would have liked to help with the course because it meant I wouldn't have had to do as much work. But yeah, it was sort of good that it wasn't because we got to sort of do our own stuff at uni as well as our own stuff outside.
Who contributes the most in writing the sketches?
Yeah,
you take this one.
Probably me.
The way I see it is James is the brains and I'm the face. Yeah. That's how I like to see it.
Yeah, probably works quite well.
I feel like I'm the Seth Rogen, he's the Adam McKay. Is it Adam McKay?
I don't think that's right.
Evan Goldberg.
Evan Goldberg,
Evan Goldberg. I'm Simon Pegg, he's...
What, you're the Simon Pegg and I'm the Nick Frost?
No, not Nick Frost, Edgar Wright.
You're the funniest people in Britain, yeah. I'm that guy, and you're the one behind screen.
No one really knows. Who is Edgar Wright? I hear you ask.
Would you want to go into mainstream media? Yeah.
What's that? Like
TV.
Oh right, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think so. Would you do panel shows?
Panel?
I think I would, but it'd have to be the right panel show. I'd only go on ones that I really like. I'd love to go on Would I Lie to You?
Oh, see, that's one. I was just about to say. There's two that I'd go on. Yeah, Would I Lie to You? Is definitely one of them.
Taskmaster, I'd go on.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Taskmaster. Yeah, I'd go with that as well. But my other one would be 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown.
Will you start a podcast? We had one with our friends Joe and Pat, and that was called The Basement. And that's not finished. It's just we don't have a basement.
No.
And it was one of those podcasts that we just sort of did when we had the time and we could. And then obviously the Stephen podcast, I did an episode and you're a regular.
Yeah, but that was mainly thanks to you, I think.
Well,
because you wanted to step out a bit, didn't you?
Yeah.
So
if we got a better routine and more consistency and stuff, then.
And I wouldn't know. Would it be just us two in the podcast? Would we have
guests
other
and
people?
stuff? Obviously, we got Ryan to think about in this.
Yeah.
Obviously,
yeah.
Jake for the.
Yeah. Great friend of the show.
Well, member of the show.
Yeah,
really.
yeah. He hasn't been in the recent ones just because of the lockdown.
Yeah.
Recent.
We had a fortnight. He wanted 90% pay cut, and I was like, no.
But I ain't happy.
No, not.
Get
not
back
today,
in
mate.
line, Wigan boy.
Remember where you're from.
Yeah, we're good.
Who,
name one person from Wigan.
apart from Ryan, no one.
Exactly.
Don't think it exists.
And his girlfriend Molly, but apart from that,
apart from
literally,
and their parents, but apart from
and
that,
his grandparents, I suppose,
Yeah.
and her grandparents,
Yeah.
and her
People
sister.
get shocked
I
with.
know her sister, Ian, the gay one,
Just
from
Ian.
Lord of the Rings, is also from Wigan.
the gay one from Lord of the Rings is also from Wigan.
Ian McKellen.
Ian McKellen.
Ian
Ian McKellen.
How old is the oldest beetroot?
I'm gonna say before Christ, BC.
Mm-hmm.
When you say oldest, does it have to be like still edible, or is it just the one furthest dated back?
I'm assuming that plants and that have evolved as well as humans.
That's probably a good assumption.
So
to make.
I don't think all vegetables are on the planet like that.
Really?
Yeah, inbreeding with different plants.
Yeah,
I don't know how you do it, but they do it, don't they?
It's something. What's the term?
Selective breeding.
If answering how old is the oldest beetroot from the sense of when were they first discovered, I'm gonna say 1600s.
I'm thinking Cleopatra.
Really? Well, I'm gonna go with Dave on that. He knows his history. Favourite British comedy series?
Right.
Right. Now we've had a lot of discussion over this.
Mhm.
It's a very big question. So what I think we're gonna do is a bit like the government tier system.
Yeah.
We're gonna tier some of our favourite
So
shows.
we got tier 3,
British.
which is going to be God tier.
Yeah, God tier, really good.
Good.
Office, UK.
Office, UK, for me, again, God tier.
God tier, gotta be.
God tier. Gavin and Stacey.
I'm a massive fan of Gavin Stacey. I really like it, but I will say this: it's one of those shows that's a bit oversaturated, in my opinion.
Right,
It's a
fair
bit
enough.
bit too many. See, I'm a bit edgy, I'm a bit niche. I don't really like what the public like.
I'm going to say very good.
I think very good.
In the mid in tier 2, Liverpool.
Thank you very much for having us. We'll leave you with a little fact that Dave's come up with.
I've just thought of it now. Did you know all packet of crisps run out of date on a Saturday? If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe if you're new.
Yeah,
that's
please.
That's what we're meant to say.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. We're not very good at that whole YouTuber thing, but
no. But if you liked it, if you enjoyed this, we'll do another one if they 50 likes.
50. I'm gonna say 53.
53. I'm gonna go 55.
55. I'm gonna one up you. I'm gonna say 70.
Okay, 72 likes. 72 likes.
Well,
if you like this video, you want us to do another one, we'll go with 72 likes.
72 likes.
And if you want to see a podcast, leave a comment asking us to do it.
Maybe some topics or other questions
as well.
So yeah, feel free. Let us know. Just know what you think. We love hearing about your feedback.
Yeah. Any feedback is good feedback
always
in our
helpful.
eyes.
Yeah, we're never going to turn down feedback,
no.
even if it's wrong.
Yeah. We'll still take it on board.
Still take it on board
and
we'll
laugh at the person.
Because it would have come from a good place. We hope. Thank you very much. We've been Dave and James. Really appreciate the time.
Cheers,
Thank
nice,
you. Right.
I'm gonna go bust one out.
Nice one, mate. Same room.
Yeah.